Sorry. I just cut my hair literally just now, like today. So yeah. So this McMahon family saga. It's really like deserves it can cover like a dark side of the ring story alone of the McMahon family drama that's been happening this year. Like Shane McMahon had been a creative wreck backstage at Royal Rumble, supposedly sabotaging the men's Rumble match. Why that match got shit on by so many fans. To Stephanie McMahon leave. By the way, Shane had this backstage fight with that let him off TV and off the Mania card that year. Then you get the Stephanie McMahon stuff where her leaving, the stepping back, taking a leave of absence in WWE, and then got publicly buried for it by her not being good at business practice, something like that. And then you get Vince, like, boy, it's been a hell of a year for Vince. I must say, he's been a lot more on TV this year. Got himself a Mania match, him winning his first Mania match against one of the most over people that weekend. And then this. Oh boy, the Vince McMahon hush money scandal. Oh boy. It first started the other month with Vince agreeing a 3 million settlement to keep to cover up an affair with the Posh employee and all, and John Elias got in trouble with it, that let him get shaken. He's on like on the leave administrative by WWE to let Vince to actually step down temporarily. That's the keyword. Temporarily step down from CEO and be the chairman. Now Stephanie McMahon is the intro chairwoman, now you can say, and CEO of WWE and all that stuff. So crazy shit that happened that month. And now we come to this, and the story and the scandal is got even worse. Just when you think it couldn't do. Like I said, with the Vince agreeing to 3 million settlement to cover up an affair that got John Elias in trouble, you can get shaken for now. And now this. And I'm gonna wait for the article here with Vince McMahon paid 12 million to 4 women to spread misconduct litigation and failure, including an ex-WWE star. Which by the way, I'm not gonna name, I don't even guess like who this person is, because we really don't know who that person is. And it's like, who person like a female ex-employee will even want to be associated with this crap? I mean, whoever that person is, who can blame them? Because holy fuck, even reading this story is crazy. It's crazy. Like, the Wall Street Journal has been pretty much in the battle in the entire Vince scandal since the agreeing 3 million settlement thing. So So Vince McMahon paid 12 million in hush money to 4 women in the past 16 years to spread allegations of sexual misconduct and infidelity. This amount is a lot more than was previously known. And like I said, I was dumbfounded because like Vince is a millionaire. He doesn't need to be doing this. He's paid 12 million on this. Like, so the Wall Street Journal reported that the payouts went through a firmly affiliated with the company. They all signed an agreement that prevented them potential legal claims of their relationship with him. The story noted that there was a 7.5 million pact with a former resident alleging him into persuading her into giving him oral sex. Yes, you heard that right, oral sex, and then demoted her and then declined to renew her contract in 2005 after she resisted more sexual encounters. The Wall Street Journal also reported that the Western Heritage approached Vince in 2018 to negotiate in payment in return for her silence. They also reported that the contract presented the company with unsolicited new photos of Vince that she reportedly received from him, and McMahon agreed to pay this person $1 million. So Vince unsolicited new photos of Vince that the person reportedly paid from him, and McMahon agreed to pay that $1 million. This continues, by the way. There was a reportedly 2006 agreement with former manager who for McMahon, who it was claimed that the manager paid $1 million to keep quiet about the sexual relationship. The Wall Street Journal also previously reported about the $3 million shot pact that was reached in January with a former paralegal who formed an affair with this being investigated by the board of arrest and all that stuff. You know the drill. And the other one got in trouble for that, and yeah. So, oh boy. You know, well, I have to say one thing. It's probably more than 4 women combined. I'll just say. Whatever that money he's paying, I can highly guess it's more than 4, because like who knows many stories, like even reading that just draws me like in like it has let I even numb to my words to even talk about this whole thing. Like, it's like Vince has been on top of the wrestling industry for like 4 decades, and it's like surviving the U.S. government during the steroid trial, success after success, creating WrestleMania, the new generation taking Rick Hogan to the WWE to the international conglomerate, the Attitude Era conquering WCW, the Chris Benoit scandal thing, the Chris Benoit thing. Like, Vince, I will say bluntly, he's pretty much the greatest promoter to ever step in a wrestling, to ever grace in the wrestling business. Like, he's at the top of being a wrestling promoter, which is quite funny how Vince is a little fan of the actual wrestling, but none of the pretty much the greatest the greatest wrestling promoter of all time. And what brings him down, potentially, is his own genetic jackhammer. Like, look at all the angles this guy done with countless women all over the years. And it's like, and there could be no doubt that this is pretty much the biggest threat that has ever, that this is the biggest threat to Vince's whole power, her Vince's power and position in the company since the steroid trial. Like, and this is where I'm going to get like, is because you read stories like this of the scandal thing and the hush money about paying hush money. It's like you read this, combine that with the product that he's been normally putting for the past few years, the past decade, you can say, and you wonder how much more damage can this pretty much of the company without this scandal. And it's like, and also like there was an article from like, I think it was USA Today that I didn't read the article, but I heard the whole article, but I heard somewhere from USA Today that when they covered this scandal, that they previously admitted that they will be in pretty much financial like sort of line, so they will be in trouble if Vince truly goes away. And it's like, yeah, it's like, it's all gonna be fine if Vince goes away entirely. Like, they're gonna get pretty much many dollars for the potential new TV contest that they want for the end of next year. Which, talking about the TV deals, like, now that this covered up, this scandal has been made in the news, I really wonder how much USA and NBC Universal, Fox Sports, I wonder how they gonna want to put up with that thing. I don't think so much the company, but with Vince over this whole hush money scandal thing. Like, I don't like. Could you imagine being someone at Fox or NBC Universal, USA Network, and all that stuff, and you heard this story about Vince? Like, would you even be willing to do business with him? Like, it's gonna be interesting. And to say, and what I say is like, this story, this whole scandal's probably gonna get only worse from this. And it's probably not a good look. Aside from the TV product on television not being pretty much good at all. Like, how much is a good look for WWE if Vince is still like being at the helm of creative? Like, and it's like, and this is the whole thing. Like, WWE at the end of the day is Vince McMahon. Like, I can't even fathom how he will look at his life if he ever went the way past wrestling. Like, you have to sit there and ask yourselves, what will he even do with himself without this? This is like the only thing he has ever known. probably in his entire life, for his entire life, this WWE brand be at the top of it, creative. This is all he's ever known. And this whole thing continues to get worse. And potentially the board being put under pressure to pressure Vince to potentially go away from the whole thing. Like this, like you even heard reports like on the SmackDown where he pretty much came out and pretty much said absolutely nothing of substance. You remember that whole thing where Vince came out, said, "Then, now, forever, together." Like that whole thing. They were backstage news throughout that day when Vince did that promo about how during that day Vince went from no selling the whole thing to pretty much being defiant, and then after he did a promo he reportedly said fuck him pretty much to all the news outlets and the news about all this. And it's like dude, this is what pretty much started this whole mess for you, you dipshit. You see how fuck? And by the way, those appearances that Vince did by him coming out on the next Raw and announcing Cena's victory, which you pretty much knew already. Those appearances did one thing only. Or actually two things. One, to show the world that he's not going anywhere. And two, to get a rating bump out of it, which it pretty much did. And it's his company. You have to consider, even if the board pressures it out, like, will Vince really be able to say yes to like resign completely? Like, and when you and it's like, look, I wish he will just step away, resign completely. Pretty much, it's not only like from the creative standpoint. It's like, yeah, it will probably progressively be better if he went to step away. Like when you talk about changes to this company, it has to be start from the top. If it doesn't go through the top, nothing else changes. And that's how it is pretty much visiting Kane McMahon and his whole inner circle of people. If that doesn't change, nothing else beneath that will. So it's like, of course I wish Vince will step away. But will he actually do it? Like, to grow his thing, I know to grow his thing there's like the board may actually pressure him out of this, but I don't think there is a chance, like even this big of a chance, that Vince will actually say, yeah, I might take to step away from it completely. Like, I don't think he has pretty much the balls to say it, but the board might actually pressure him out if this thing goes really off the hinge, if this only continues to get worse. But is there actually a chance in hell to grow his team that Vince will actually say no? I mean, Like I said, it's his company. This is the only thing he probably knows in his entire life. And it's like, yeah, he needs to step away from it. Aside from back creating most of the time, now this scandal, he probably for the betterment, it's helpful if he were to step away completely. But I don't know if he really will actually step aside from it completely. So yeah, that's my pretty much thought of this. This whole thing is fucked up, and people like Vince and and also Johnny Ace to grow him up because he has been part of that whole thing. Those people like that shouldn't even be in position of power as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, for like if Vince like John like is on the leave now. But like, will Vince actually take responsibility and actually do something and like goes away from it? Mm. Like, this may be the biggest. This whole thing might be pretty much the biggest story of the year. But like, if nothing significant pretty much changes around the company, is it really the biggest story of the year? But from your perspective, like, subscribe. Tell me if you think this will actually change anything about the company in the comment section below. And I think that's pretty much my whole thoughts on this whole thing. As always, I'm Jason Maenius, and I have approved this message.